origin stories. When it comes to comic book characters, we all know their beloved origin stories. Superman came from Krypton, Green Lantern got his ring from a dying alien, Captain America was given the super soldier serum. But what about our origin stories? What about your origin stories as a comic book fan? What was it about comic books, about the medium, that made you fall in love with comics and want to become a comic book collector? What were these key moments that created you as a comic book fan? These are the questions that I'm going to be asking in every episode of my new series, Origin Stories, the comics that shaped us. Origin stories, origin stories. Where did we come from? How did we get here? These are the stories that made us the heroes that we are today. Hi, I'm Scott Harris King, and I'm thrilled to announce that on Monday, August 31st, I'll be debuting the first season of Origin Stories, the comics that shaped us. In this first season, I have 6 episodes featuring very special guests who discuss their origin stories as comic collectors through the lens of the 10 individual comics that had the greatest impact on their lives and on their collecting habits. The 10 comics that shaped their experience as a comic collector. Every 2 weeks, I'll be bringing in a new guest and discovering new stories and new comics. In episode 1, Shaxper, the founder of the Classic Comics Forum, has some surprises up his sleeve with some unexpected choices.
It's Elf #1 from Marvel. True enough.
In episode number 2, debuting on September 14, comic creator Roquefort Raider brings us an international flavor and shares with us an unexpectedly personal story.
A very bad comic. It's Starbrand number 11. But it had a huge impact on my life, on my personal life. And it's kind of humbling that such a bad comic could have such an impact.
In episode 3, debuting on September 28, Comics Pro MDG brings us down into the strange and unusual world of underground comics.
Skull Again was a horror anthology, and I gravitated more toward things like Skull and Slow Death.
In episode 4, debuting on October 12, I'm behind the hot seat as Shaxper interviews me to discover just how I ended up doing these YouTube videos. I saw this cover and I was like, what? Wait, what? In episode 5, debuting on October 26, YouTuber Metarog shows us a variation on a theme.
And then I saw in the CGC forums that they had 30 set variants. Okay? These guys are.
And in the first season finale, debuting on November 9, SHBAB takes us along for a giant-sized adventure.
It's hard to explain to someone who didn't grow up with them. It's like, no, it was such a big, hairy deal when they came out, you know?
I can't wait to share these with you. I've had such a blast learning everyone's origin stories. There's so many interesting comics, unexpected choices, and just great stories about how comics have become such a personal part of all of our lives. So I hope you'll join me. I've got an episode listed below with a schedule of when you can expect to see all of the episodes, as well as links to the other YouTube channels from my guests. And I can't wait to join you on August 31st for Origin Stories, the comics that shaped us. See you there. Origins, origins, it's where we come from, it's where we've been. Everyone's got one.